We're back at the Nürburgring for what was my final race of the 2023 iRacing season. I didn't race in the last couple of weeks, so this was the last one. But it was a very good one. This is Production Car Cup on the Nordschleife. Usually Production Car Club can be very messy, but we managed to get a clean race. It wasn't the same for the rest of the grid though. We'll see a couple of incidents, like this one, when Pichu just got parked into the pits. But yeah, I managed to keep it clean until the end of the race. So join me for the first lap. As usual, first lap is about survival. Let's see if we can get a couple of opportunities here and there, but mostly let's make sure we can reach the end safe and sound. And right out of the gate, you can see here through Hatzenbach, I see that I'm a little bit faster than the guy in front. Usually doesn't mean much at the start of a race, right? But if we catch him sleeping, we might just go for it. And as we set into the straight, I see that he's a little bit slow. We're gonna have a better exit here, but he covers the inside for the next corner. It's a tricky place to be on the outside. You really gotta trust whoever you're racing with. But for this time, we got it done before the turn-in point. Still gave him some space there just to be safe, but we were well past it. And now while things ahead are a little bit calmer, I'm gonna show you the train cam that came from behind. And you can see everyone here is trying to get a piece of it, but I thought it was really nice that everyone managed to keep it clean during this race. I get my braking point a little bit wrong here, go wide, go a little bit slow, but luckily the white car there bumps me down the foxhole. It's a tricky place to go too wide, and in this series often if you're going for a pass, it means the guys behind you with the draft are usually going to get closer and closer to you, as we'll see during the rest of the race. Now that things settle down a bit, let's take another look at the incident at the start. You can see Pichu on the left side. Comes across the track. The guy was touching the curb. I'm not sure. Let's take another look at it. Yeah. What do you think? Whose fault was it? And yeah, pretty unlucky for the guy. Look at that. Everybody's going past him. Unlucky. Back to our race then. As we get to Pride Side here, the guy leading our little pack, he gets it wrong, hits the wall and almost collects us on the way back. We're very lucky that he didn't hit us, and we continue the race. Let's take a look at it from another angle. He's very brave, very late on the brakes here, but then loses the rear of the car, and that's it for him. He keeps it cool though. He's like waiting for everybody, tries to reverse it, tries to get out of the way. But then second pack comes and collects him, and that's it for his race. Now a big thing on the Nürburgring is these high-speed sections. The draft is super important. So you can see here that I'm reaching the orange car in front, but I'm choosing not to go too wide here because it would just slow both of us down and it would give a chance for the guys behind to catch us. And on the bottom right you can see how much that blue and red car caught us just by having that amount of draft. So he's now joined the pack. Blue and red car here gets a little bit of a better exit out of the carousel, goes for the inside here, but doesn't make it stick. We're reaching the end of our first lap here. We're getting to the Dottinger row. And in this straight, it's all about strategy, right? Like I said before, if you want to go too wide, you're going to be slower and you're going to be opening yourself from. If you go too wide here, you're going to be slower and the guys behind are going to catch you. So I choose to bump the orange guy, and you can see the fight behind us there. Luckily for me and the orange guy there, we had a little bit of a gap, so we managed to continue in these positions. But this is where the races always settle. On the last lap, on the final straight, that's where you got to be really strategic about where you want to be. Now we're getting to Schweden Cross here, and look at the move that the red and blue car pulls up. You can see he places himself around the outside here, gets a good line through Schweden Cross, then just dives in on the inside on the brakes. Even have a little bit of a small contact there, but it's all good, and he gets the pass done. Brave move there. I didn't see it at the time in my mirrors, but we'll get to see it again soon. And as we're getting into berg work here, very crucial corner because I need to carry the speed up the hill. I just noticed something in my mirrors there. Did you catch that? I'll slow it down. Oh no, what happened there? And this is one of the sim racer's worst nightmares. Check it out. His wheel disconnected mid-corner. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Unlucky. Back to our race then. I'll put the train cam back on here, and you can see we were in this pack of cars. The gap would change a little bit between us, but at this point, it's anybody's game. We're getting through the final section of the track here, and at this point everybody's trying to think if we're gonna make alliances or if we're gonna tack down the straight. We have a bigger gap now, but it doesn't mean we're actually safe. So it's almost like we teamed up now. We have me and the orange car and the white and blue car there going together. But the straight is very long, so we form alliances at the beginning of it. But by the end of it, no one's anyone's friend. I choose to push orange here, but then blue gets a chance around the outside right now, but it's going to be the inside for the next corner. So I got to be very brave on the brakes in order to keep this position. I'm glued to orange. Send it in on the brakes. Blue still on the inside there. Squeeze him in. And we managed to keep the position. And we're now opening the final lap of the race. So again, let's find a rhythm. Let's make the best out of opportunities here, but at the end, it's all about how you're positioned on the final straight. And usually, you don't want to be first there. Now remember the move that Blue did on Schweden Cross last time? I didn't see it in my mirrors, and now I get to see it firsthand. He goes for a very brave late braking there. We almost touch it. A lot of trust in the netcode. Then he parks it on the apex. I bump him a little bit there, but it's all good. Very good move. So now let's work to get it back, because we're now in 4th position. Here blue gets close enough to make a move, he goes for it. And right now, I'm just making sure we're on the inside and we can capitalize on it. Have to lift it to give orange enough space. But then I try to catch blue here in the braking zone, make sure we have that inside line. And luckily for me, orange plays it clean here, he concedes it so we can all go into the carousel as a single train, because nobody wants to let the first guy get away. And at this point, blue is on fire. He managed to pass all of us in this train right now. But at this point, it's still anybody's game. And you can see that as he makes just a tiny mistake here. Goes a little bit wide, and that's enough for me to put it on the inside and get the position back. And as we're going through Brunchen, the YouTube corner, blue gets on the curb a little bit, throws him outside, but he managed to keep control of the car. He lost all the positions, but he's still in the pack, he's still in the fight. And as we go through Flamsgarten here, we have orange on our back, but we have managed to get a little bit of a gap between the guys behind. And it's now where we start to think about what do we want to do at the back straight. I'm not where I want to be. You definitely don't want to be first, because then everybody's going to get the draft on you. But orange, if he attacks, he's also opening himself towards another attack from the white car there, maybe even the blue car. So let's see how it goes. And you can see blue here being very aggressive, trying to get back to us to make sure he has the draft. But he gets it wrong on a Klein carousel, goes wide, and now he's definitely off the draft, off the battle. Unlucky for him. As we move on to the white car here, it's a 3-way fight to the finish. And lucky for me here, I worked with orange all the way throughout this race, pushing him, and he returns the favor. But like I said before, everybody's friends at the start of the straight, but not by the end of it. So let's see how it goes. As the white car approaches us, orange pulls it up on the inside, which is gonna be the outside later. White car then decides to bump me here so he can get a little bit of space and try to follow me through the inside on the next corner. And here it's all about that mix of bravery and making sure you don't put it into the wall. White gives a lot of space, orange too, everybody keeps it safe, and I managed to keep the position. So that was it, final corner. Very hard fought, but clean. P2, an amazing race to end my iRacing 23 season. And if we take a look at the results, we have positive I rating, positive safety rating, 0 incidents, P2. Very happy with the results. If you watched it all the way to the end, drop a like, maybe subscribe, helps the channel out. And I'll see you on the next one.